Hey everybody, welcome back to our episode 2 of my Mississippi Monday series. And today we are at the Two Mississippi Museums with Pamela Jr., who is the director of the Two Mississippi Museums.
Yes.
And Mrs. Pamela, how did the museums get started, and what is some information that you would like the Mississippi population to know about the museums?
Well, let's just say they've been working on these museums for a very, very long time. I came March of 2017, with the opening being December of 2017, which was the bicentennial of the state of Mississippi. So let's say that if you knew the former governor, William Winter, him and others got together and said, we have to build these museums. He wanted a place where he could say that these were the biggest classrooms in the state. So they came together because the History Museum was already going to be built anyway. But people had been talking about, we need a Civil Rights Museum in the state of Mississippi. So William Winter and our former Supreme Court Justice, Reuben Anderson, came together, went and talked to Haley Barbour and said, put these museums together and let us have a shared lobby. So that's what happened. In the Museum of Mississippi History, you get 15,000 years from the beginning of this territory to finding it as a state, and then here we are with everything from the first people, all the perils, and everything that happened in the state of Mississippi. On the civil rights side, you get 30 years of tumultuous history of what happened to this place that was ground zero for the civil rights movement.
Thank you so much for just giving a little bit of information, and just what are the times that people can come and visit the museum. And you mentioned something about Sunday.
Yeah, we're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 5, and each Sunday we're free.
Wow.
So.
Well, this is just such an incredible place, and I came here in 9th grade, and so I just have such fond memories, and really you learn so much just getting to interact with everything and see all the displays, and this is so important for students and for even adults to come and visit these two awesome museums. And thank you so much, Ms. Pamela, for interviewing today.
Thank you.
Bye. Hey everybody, right now I'm actually in Mississippi's Civil Rights Museum, and behind me is the national timeline of the Civil Rights Movement as it pertains to African American history. So I'll be inserting a few clips because I just want y'all to have a little glimpse into that history. Hey everybody, right now I'm in Eudora Welty's garden, and her house is right over there. You can see it, we're right next to it. And I just want to tell you a little bit about her life and legacy, as she is from Jackson, Mississippi, and that's our highlight this week. So the Eudora Welty House and Garden interprets the life of the internationally acclaimed author. 16-year-old Eudora Welty moved with her family to 1119 Pinehurst Street in Jackson in 1925, which is where we are right now. She lived in this house until her death in 2001, writing almost all of her literary works here. Welty's gift of her home and her family's gift of its many contents make this National Historic Landmark one of the most intact literary house museums in America. And the garden that we're in right now, it has been restored to its 1925 through 1945 glory. And so I am going to take y'all around and show you some of the beautiful flowers that you can see here. So this is the first thing you see when you walk in the garden, and I am not very good at flower names, but you can see some of them on the name cards, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see them because I am the worst person to ask about these. There we go. And the roses are this way. But first, we are going to make a pit stop at the hydrangeas, which is my personal favorite. I actually do know the name of that one. But over here are the heirloom roses, which someone just explained to us. The heirloom roses, these are actually bred for their scent, not for, you can buy roses at the store, but they've been bred to stand up straight. And these roses, even though they don't stand up straight, if you smell them, they literally smell like perfume. And it's just something I've never experienced before. And this one particularly smells really good. The lady who took us out here told me the name of this one, but I've forgotten it, but it's so pretty. It looks like a picture. And some of these haven't bloomed yet, but I just wanted you guys to see these because they are pretty. They're beautiful, but they smell even better than they look. Hey everybody, right now we are at the Big Apple Inn, which you might know from being featured on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives a few years back. But our good friend Gino Lee actually owns this restaurant. It's a fourth generation restaurant that opened in 1939, and it actually played a key role in the Mississippi Civil Rights Movement. Lots of prominent leaders and figures in the Civil Rights Movement had important meetings here. And it's also famous for having a pig ear sandwich. So y'all stop by and visit the Big Apple Inn on Fair Street in Jackson. Hey everybody, right now I'm in front of the Mississippi State Capitol, and this building has been the seat of our state's government since 1903. And they actually just started offering tours again, which you can book on the website, and those tours give you a glimpse inside of our Senate and our House of Representatives. And another fun fact is that our state capitol is a National Historic Landmark, so y'all need to come check it out. Hey everybody, right now we are at Brent's Drugs, and Brent's Drugs is a part of my childhood. I actually grew up right around Jackson, and so I spent a lot of time after school here. They have really good milkshakes and burgers, but Brent's actually used to be a pharmacy, and on the back of their menu they have a little bit of history, so I'm going to read a little bit about the restaurant and how it started. So Brent Drugs opened its doors in 1946 with the completion of the Morgan Center, the first shopping center in Mississippi, later renamed Woodland Hills Shopping Center. Pharmacist Alvin Brent left Patterson's Drugs in the Plaza Building downtown. At the time it was known as the Standard Life Building, which there's a huge neon sign in Jackson that I'll paste a picture of right here, and it says Standard Life, so that's what it's referring to. And he opened up his own pharmacy in Soda Fountain in the Fondren neighborhood, which is where we are now. Even in the first days that the doors were open, Brent's was not only a successful pharmacy, but also a local gathering place for friends and neighbors. Brent owned and ran the pharmacy until he sold it in 1977 to pharmacists Paul Heflin and Bob Grantham, who had worked at Brent's since 1951. Pharmacist Randy Calvert acquired Brent's in 1995 and sold the pharmacy business in April 2009. Fondren resident Brad Reeves obtained a pharmacy-free Brent's in 2009 in order to comply with city regulations. The kitchen was moved to the former pharmacy. The Soda Fountain and classic bar stools remain in the original 1946 location and are still a gathering place for friends and neighbors alike. Decades and generations later, Brent's Drugs continues to prescribe Soda Fountain favorites and Southern hospitality.